Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Lock in the WC looks like you are not here, even though you have been called up. Hello, Malby, good afternoon. It's good to have you.
Yeah, hello, coach. A very good afternoon to you and all the investors here today. Nice to be here again today.
Thank you very much. So we go on to our callers, starting with J. Ace, then Kimmy Chris, and then Grace. Let's go. We want to accommodate as many calls as possible. Please call in as quickly as you can. Let's see how far. Coach, please, Q-Tix and Mansard, are they good today and what price? All right, I'll check.
Hello, coach.
Good afternoon.
Jay is streaming from China.
Thank you
I
very
would like to
much.
know if Jai's Bank is a good buy today. Actually, I wanted to buy more. I bought when it was like 1 point something or 2 point something, like 8 months ago. So I was thinking of ramping up buying more. Is it okay to buy more today?
Actually, I think it's okay to buy more today. 4 naira 40 kobo right now, and it's looking pretty good. If you can put in a bid at 4 naira 38 as well. 4.9 million bids, 4.6 million offers. So,
Okay, thank you very much. That's my question. Thank you for all you've been doing for us. You're wonderful. If you're not following coach, you're losing money.
thank you very much.
Have a good weekend, sir.
And you too, J Ace. Cheers. All right, Kimmy Crease, Kami Crease, you are next caller. Keep your environment quiet, keep it brief, so we can go on and take a lot more orders. Coach, please, did you just mention Dank Sugar to bid 60-20? Let's see. I have access to my system. I can check quickly. Hello, good afternoon. Currently 60.95, 1.4 million bids versus 2.4 million offers, talking about Dangote Sugar. And so 60-50 or 60-20 could get you that stock today. Hello, hi coach. Why is Zenith dipping even after they have declared interim dividend of 125 kobo? I guess it's the pullback. I mean, it's the dip of UBA that is affecting it. Herd mentality, if you ask me. They paid more than they paid last year. Paid more than UBA paid. But you know what? We watch to see how low it gets, because it won't be long. It will bounce back off. Why? Third quarter result expected next month. No panicking, just stay calm and stick to your strategy. Hello, Kami Chris, can you unmute your mic and let's get started? Okay, no time to waste. On to Grace. Next caller. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
This is Stephen from Lagos.
Thank you, Stephen from Lagos.
I would like to start by saying, Coach, thank you very, very much. You positively impacted me in terms of financial diligence, and you've taken out the fear I had as to what will happen when I leave this job, or what will happen if the job leaves me. Because before now, I used to think, so what next? But now, with this, I am working towards passive income, working towards a lot of things just around the space of stock, and it's boosting my confidence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I joined late July. Yeah, it was time of the pullback. I'm not saying the positive expectations, but I am seeing the lights. I am seeing the light. Sherry, I am really, really seeing the lights.
Mm.
And your teaching again, I must say, has taken doubt and uncertainty. It's really it. And it's pretty patience
Mm.
in me. So now, down to my question. I was the one person that asked, should I sell my sterling or charms? Now, I have charms. I also have sterling. Charms, I have 250. Sterling, I have 100,000 units. 250,000 units for charms. 100,000 units for sterling. But because we are looking at the 1 million challenge, so I'm looking at, I see that charms tends to have a more speedy growth rate against sterling. So I want to ask, is it a wise decision to sell the sterling to top up to increase my chance volume before it's jumped to 4 5 naira?
Actually, your analysis and final conclusion is in perfect order. I'd like you to just proceed with automatic alacrity.
I didn't hear what you said, sir.
Your analysis and conclusion in perfect order. Execute straight up. Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Because 100,000 sterling bank will not give you much in terms of dividend, neither will it give you much in terms of capital gains, especially considering the fact that the smaller banks, like I said earlier, will struggle with repaying or repeating the dividend per share they paid. Never mind also that Sterling Bank's dividend per share is not so wonderful. So a further dilution is coming with this public offer and rights issue that they are trying to do to meet up recapitalization. And so best bet is to dump it in charms. Great call there. And we will be here to celebrate that move. Now that also further boosts the number of charms that you will get as a result of that divestment. Is that clear, sir?
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. When a man says, I have seen the light, he knows what level of darkness there was. Do not think that people just make up words. Those words came from the inner spirit man of that individual. He saw darkness. He didn't need to say it. But when you hear, I have seen the light, there is hope somewhere. There is something for him, and there is something for you. No one in this live stream or in this community should ever give up. This is my word to you. We have seen fantastic comebacks in dimensions we cannot even document. And that's why we are looking for sponsors of our live physical sessions. A lot of people are lost. They have lost hope. They are working, they are employed, but they are not sure of tomorrow. We want them to see the light. Now look, no matter how small the salary you are earning now is, you can make a living for yourself in a couple of years. No one should ever give up. Thank you very much. Next set of callers we shall be having Donald Ngam, Charles Brain, and of course, G Girl. Keep your environments quiet as we proceed with taking those calls. Females Car Arctech, you've been scarce for a while. It's good to see you. Please, sir, what stock can we buy for short term? 3 months. Can I buy Dangote Sugar at 59.75? 59.75 is fair for Dangote Sugar. How long? I don't know. When you say 3 months, you are talking about entering November, December, which is not a very good sell time. So you take note of that. Hello, good afternoon, Donald. Tell us where you're streaming from. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Coach, I would like to confirm if getting duties of 1 million shares UK and at what entry price? for a long time.
Say again.
QTs.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of getting about 1 million shares. If that would be good, and what entry price?
Okay, QTix is also one candidate for the 1 million challenge. Entry price today is looking good. That's why we say bargain day. I'm seeing just only about 184,000 shares at 3 naira 50 kobo, which is the current price it's selling for now. I think that's okay at this very minute. Whether or not sellers will be under more pressure towards closing, I don't know. Which means at that time, if there is more pressure for sellers, it could drop below 3 naira 50 kobo. But safest price today to buy is 3 naira 50 kobo. Yesterday closed 3 naira 68. We understand that today is Friday, and so prices drop, weekend blues here and there. But you know what? It's a good enterprise here, and it's a perfect candidate for the 1 million challenge. Thank you for keeping it concise. Charles Brain, you are next. After Charles Brain, G Girl is next. Coach, for next year, don't you think banks will be pressured and that might affect their income because of the new policy? Peter Oladapo, please confirm what new policy so we can have a reasonable debate. But for want of missing out on this discussion and perhaps the screen scrolling your comments off, if you are referring to recapitalization, that's exactly what I've been saying about some banks not having the ability to meet their original earnings per share because of dilution. But you see, the biggest banks are still going to be able to at least meet up with previous year's dividend payouts. It's the smaller ones that will have the biggest challenge. That's what I mean. That's my position. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Thank you very much, Charles. Please tell us where you're streaming from.
My name is Charles. I'm streaming from Accra, Ghana.
Charles from Ghana. We're glad to have you here. Go ahead.
Coach, currently between Jais Bank
Mm-hmm.
and FCNB,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one is a better buy between Jais Bank and FCNB.
That's a big call. FCMB is supposed to be the bigger brand or bigger name, but it's also been stagnated for a while. Though we experienced some influx of huge capital into FCMB in the last couple of weeks, there could be a major divestment or a major entrance into FCMB. I am thinking FCMB is maybe fairly priced at 10, and Jai is still fairly priced around 4-5. But in terms of who may grow your money better or manage your investment better, I tend towards Jai's Bank.
Okay, thank you very much. And Coach, I wanted to do this 1 million challenge with Chance. So I use CSL brokers. CSL brokers.
I'm listening. So go ahead. Why not? Okay, looks like we have lost voice there, but it doesn't matter. I know CSL. CSL is a very old name in the industry in terms of stock brokerage. CSL stockbrokers were there 27 years ago when I started investing. Yeah. Chinenye Dominica on YouTube says, Coach, please, I'm new here. Chinenye, you are most welcome. We appreciate your presence and we hope that you grow from here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. On to Okay, we've lost. We've lost G Girl. So we'll go on to the next set of callers. We have Lollipop, James, and Mark Zeno. You shall be our three next callers. First up is Lollipop. Good day, coach. Okay, hello, good afternoon.
Good day, coach.
Good day, Lollipop. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yeah, my name is K, streaming from Canada, Toronto.
K. You say your name is K.
Yeah, K.
K, we're glad to have you all the way from Toronto, Canada. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to really appreciate you for all you do, bringing our prophet on this app and everything. I just want to quickly ask if I could go into both the charms. At what good price will you suggest for me to go in for charms now?
Charms, I said earlier it was at 3 naira 25, but it's jumped back up to 333. Was it at 325? No, it wasn't. Okay, currently 333. It's possible that it could dip further to 3 naira 20 kobo, but that means you will be behind 1,046,000 shares bidded for before your turn. So between 3 naira 20 kobo and 322.
Okay.
If you bid at 322, you are just behind 106,000 shares bidded for. So 322, 325, you should be able to get.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Next caller, James. Keep your environments quiet. So Dite is asking, good day, coach, if I put some millions on NIDF, will I be able to get my first pay in the next 3 months, like starting in December? Let me excite you. If you buy NIDF today, your first dividend will drop for you next month, and then in January, you will qualify for another dividend. That's how frequently it can happen. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Noisy environment, we can't cope. So we move on to Max Zeno. I give you the pre-information about keeping your environment quiet and that you will soon be called up so you can just tidy up and let's be able to have a good conversation in a quiet environment. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, are you there? Or is it a mistaken call? If it is, we will move on to Chilamo. After Chilamo, next caller, Fiki. Looks like Charles' Brain is not done yet, so we will go over and also hear from Charles' Brain. Chilamo, you are next. After you, Fiki, then Charles' Brain. Coach, do you think I can get Zenith at 64 today? Just a moment, Abdullah, I'll check and revert. Currently 64.75. So there you go. It's at 64 already. 11 million bids versus 10 million offers. So the bids are actually more than the offers for Zenith. As far as I'm concerned, Zenith dropping from 66 is unjustified. So this is a chance to buy it cheaper, if you ask me. Because next month, the third quarter result will be published, and I'm sure that will prop up the stock price a bit higher, unless we are faced with a bearish situation in the market. And for UBA, 19 million bids, 24 million offers. So it's actually justified as we stand. Hello, good afternoon. Is Chilamo there? Your phone is actually, your mic is unmuted. Can you speak into it? All right, we do not have time for delays. We proceed to Fiki. After Fiki, it shall be Charles. What price can I bid for NIDF? Let's see what it is with NIDF. I saw it trading at 112 earlier. Let's see how it's going. NIDF still at 112.9. I think that's 112.9. Well, if you want to wait on the queue, there are 78,000 bids for that. Otherwise, you can buy immediately at 113. 112.9 means just 10 kobo difference. There's no need for that struggle. Just put in 113 and buy and move. Okay.
Good day, Coach.
Very good afternoon to you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Vicky. I'm calling from Nagoya, Japan.
Oh, Nagoya. Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining, Vicky, from Japan. We really appreciate you. Nagoya is where Arsenal former coach used to coach before joining us now. Talking about the great Arsene Wenger. Please go ahead.
Coach, I really appreciate your hard work you're really putting in. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Coach, I want to seek for your suggestion on Regency Insurance Company.
Regal Insure. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to know if it's a proper investment because I've been monitoring them. They've been active. But I don't know if it's if they have a solid foundation for a long-term investment.
Actually, Regal Insurance is growing. They are doing well for themselves. Their books are looking clean. They even have earnings per share of 17 kobo. Talking about the, let me see what their quarterly result looks like. 2024 quarter 3, earnings per share 3 kobo. It's a penny insurance stock that is really doing well for itself based on its size. 9 billion naira revenue, 2.2 billion net income. It's not amongst the biggest players, but it's just fine at the pace and the rate it is going. You know, Rome was not built in a day. It's an okay investment. Just that it's been on the rise for a while, and you don't want to fall into the trap of dropping. I want to check the price chart and see if I can confirm. I can't confirm immediately on the spot, but Regal Insurance is just one of those small insurance companies. They could go into a merger or acquisition towards the recapitalization next year.
Okay, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now we go on to Charles. Coach, please advise on Wapik and Axa Mansard. Any hope for either rising? Wapik not looking good. Well, those are very good insurance stocks. Very, very good. AXA, by my rating, should be the third best insurance stock listed on the stock exchange, behind Custodian and NEM. Wapik amongst the best penny insurance names. And that is what we know now as Coronation Insurance. So sometimes they may not look as attractive on the surface, but you know what? As we speak now, there are 4 million bids for Wapik versus 957,000 offers. So the offers are not even up to 1 million shares, but the bids are as high as 4 million. You see the point now? All right. Keep your comments coming in and let's keep flying. Okay, Coach, please. I have been watching your video. I'm interested, Coach. Please tell me what to do or where to start from. I'm a student. Chinenye Dominica on YouTube. Never mind. I started even before I became a student. So you should have the courage to carry on. It's not too early for you. All you need is open your brokerage account. Your stock brokerage account is to the stock market, just as your bank account is to banks. While you put money in your bank account, your stocks that you buy are reflected in your stock brokerage account. So you keep track of the growth of your investments in your investment portfolio. All right. So open a stock brokerage account, then join Net Worth Investors Club. The two ways to do that is send me a link on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, the same handle. While you are on YouTube, you will see my YouTube username. Search me up with that same username on Instagram. You'll find me there. Or use the link tree on my bio. Just click on the link. You will see all my social media handles. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. I will forward, remind me you are a beginner or any other beginner. I'll forward beginner guide video to you. It's on my YouTube. I will forward the link to open your brokerage account. I will also send you the link to join Net Worth Investors Club. The idea is the stock market is not a place you do buy and sell stocks or invest in stocks in isolation. You need information constantly because it's a dynamic marketplace. And it is that information you act on to get results. A lot of people are scared of the stock market because there's no platform to really teach it freely and get more people to really experience it. Going for a seminar, workshop, whatever, does not give you the foundation you need. You need a community. That's where Net Worth Investors Club comes in. I hope that explains it a little bit. So we go on to the next caller. There's a bit of background sound. Is that from Charles? Hello, Charles.
I'm sorry about the sound. I was saying something about CSL. I bought Chance at the market price of 3.28 kobo this morning for the 1 million challenge, but I found out that I actually bought for 3 naira. What I actually saw my bought out was 3 naira 33. That's 3 kobo. While I placed the market order for 3 naira 28 kobo. I don't know why it happened like that.
Very simple. The system has factored in all the commissions you had to pay for that transaction and distributed it per share basis. So you are seeing the total cost per share, not just the price per share. That way you can know immediately when you are in profit. You know, these things are specifically done for accuracy in assessing the performance of your portfolio. If you keep looking at the stock price, 3.28 naira kobo, you will forget that you also paid money for the commission for that transaction that you did. And so when you are calculating your profit, as the price goes to 3.29 naira, you think you are in profit. You are not. It goes to 3.30 naira, you'll be feeling fly. But no, don't fly. You have to have factored in that cost. So the system is meant to now break down that cost and distribute it into each of the stocks you bought. So once you see that figure, 333, anything above 333, that's when you have started making money. So 333 is your break-even price. And then you are now more accurate. A lot of people make these mistakes and then they sell thinking they are in profit. They are not. They are in very tiny profit if they are, because they did not factor in the costs of the transaction. Thank you very much, Charles.
That's about 3 months ago, May this year. I called them, but I wanted to put a mutual estate. I wanted to sell a property. Then I called you for advice. You told me to sell the property and invest it in stocks. So I was very, very till now.
So you oh, hold on. You sold the property actually,
Yes.
and you went for safety.
I went for safety because I was like, so let my money not. I was scared because that was my first time to invest in a huge amount of money. So I said, let me go for safety first.
Okay.
So I was looking at, but now I regretted my action because from that May till now, I saw how the market boomed. So now I don't want to make that mistake again now. I want to sell another of my property within the month. So I'm looking for the best stock to invest the money. I'm looking for between J Bank and FCMB, which is better off.
You are looking for trouble, as you are mentioning FCMB there right now. Just calm down. When you sell a property, let me give you updates. When you sell a property, it's not the time to buy penny stocks, because you are dealing with a market that fluctuates, and your property is supposed to give you a stock that will not nosedive terribly should there be a market crash, because you will never be ruling out a market crash. Market crashes are there. They come from time to time. But how to position your portfolio in order not to crumble under a market crash means selling an asset like a property should not go into penny stocks at all. Number one. Number two, if you want to sell and buy stocks, fantastic timing. Don't rush and buy nothing now till from the second week of November till December. Then the best companies at the best prices will be there for you. It's worth the wait if you are looking for such stock. And considering how you don't want to lose money, I think that's the best way to maximize your future returns from this investment. By the way, I want to ask, did I mention a stock to you when I said sell and buy stocks in May?
Mentioned a stock then, but I think it's still this charm. I think you mentioned charm during that time.
I doubt if it's charms, because I wouldn't have been recommending a penny stock. The fact that you were selling a property, my mind is telling me maybe I mentioned a stock like UACN or one of those Aradel, UACN. Those are the kind of stocks in this market currently now.
The conclusion is that I shouldn't buy any penny stock. I should go for higher.
Yes, you go for growth stocks, so you preserve your capital to an extent in case of a shock, the market. And then, of course, they are also most likely going to be stocks that pays you dividends. So you would have earned an interim dividend by now, plus the gains made from May. In any case, that's, by the way, different strategies per time, per season. And so we are getting into another moment. So you have enough time to sell your property, take a chill pill, and wait till about November when you strike. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right. There is no regretting that move, actually. I know he's saying that out of some bit of regret. I chat with a lot of people, so I don't know who I have told what a lot of times. But the moment he said, you told me to sell and buy stocks, I could remember that, yes, I had a discussion like that. It takes courage to even talk about it openly, that he went ahead and invested somewhere else. It's not bad, for at least for his peace of mind. He needs to be safe and let the money be safe. And sometimes it's actually okay to not invest immediately you offload an asset, especially when you are divesting from one sector to another. In this case, real estate investment sold to invest in stocks. Sometimes you need the money to cool off a bit. The beauty of the stock market is that opportunities always come. The stock market is like a bus station. You miss one stock, just after you miss it, another opportunity will emerge. Just like when you miss your bus or your train, in the next minute, another train is coming to pick you up to your destination. So the most important thing is you know the destination and you just need your bus to arrive to get in there. It could be any other stock. Now opportunity presents again for him to write that move he termed wrong. It's not wrong at all. Safety first. You know, the 2 rules of investment says, number 1, do not lose your capital. Number 2, do not forget rule number 1. That's how important safety of capital is. So we proceed to the next callers. Before we do that, I'd like Maobi to say something about this discussion right now. We had a conversation just now. Let him weigh in and let's hear what his take is. But unfortunately, it looks like we've been disconnected. Okay. I tried to reconnect him back. I couldn't, but when he comes back, we'll share what his idea is. Okay, we have Maobi. Share in 2 minutes what your thoughts are as far as that discussion is concerned. We are all learning.
Yeah, hello, coach.
Good afternoon, Maobi. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm not really sure, but I think I heard the last caller, speaking about, calling in the month of May, and you advised him to buy certain stocks after he liquidated one of his, physical assets. And for me, if that is the case, just like you have said, you couldn't have advised him to go for any penny stocks. And the reason being that, okay, you have liquidated something that is also very valuable, and you need something that will give you an equal measure of value to replace or kind of, give you a backbone in the absence of the physical asset. So your choice of UACN, possibly Aradel, NIDF, depending on the amount of money, if you're looking for dividends, is, the same choice I would have gone with if I were to be in that position to make those choices.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll go on to the next callers. Able God, Fedi, and Destiny Osaze. Please keep your environments quiet. But before you come on board, while we're waiting for connection to happen, let me respond to a question here on YouTube coming from David Eboma. Says, good day, coach. If I put 10 million into NIDF today, in the next 3 months, like December, will I be able to get my first payment? Okay, the last time I read and responded, I didn't see the figure. If you put 10 million in NIDF as we speak now, that will fetch you about 88,000 shares, including commissions. Now, 88,000 shares of NIDF will give you 440,000 naira next month, straight up. It's called quarterly dividend. So you don't have to wait till December. Next month, October, you will receive 440,000 naira plus as your dividend. Then after December, in January, you will receive another 440,000 plus, because NIDF pays quarterly dividend of 5 naira plus. And if you multiply 5 naira by the 88,000 shares, your 10 million naira will fetch you. That's what you will get every 3 months. And that's a fantastic retirement arrangement for those approaching retirement. If you have up to 10 million, such a stock is good for you. Regular cash flow to take care of your needs, especially if you are not a big spender. You see that? That's it. Hello, good afternoon, able God. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from. All right, we can't get through with this caller. Inchekube Charles says, good afternoon, coach. How can I get the e-dividend form? And so, what does the account details that we filled in our broker app, what then is the function of that one, sir? The function of that one is to get your dividend. But human errors can arise where they mistype your account details at the level of where the what you call the registrars are dealing with your details. At that point, it may be difficult for you to actually do any other thing than to now resort to the e-dividend mandate form to correct all of that. So to get your e-dividend mandate form, Google search e-dividend mandate form of so and so company. You will hear, just type in the company you are looking for, and then you will get that form. Download the PDF file and proceed to complete for submission. Fedi is our next caller.
Hello, coach. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon to you. It's good to have you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Thank you, coach. My name is Ferdinand. I'm calling from England.
Thank you very much, Ferdinand. We are glad to have you. Please go ahead.
Coach, I must sincerely thank you for all that you have been doing for us. This has been a good community to belong to. Since I've known you, since I've started following you, my life has not remained the same.
Awesome.
So, just a follow-up question. A brother asked a question that he bought a stock, let's say, at the rate of 10 naira, and they quoted him 10 naira 20 kobo. So you explained that they are factored in all the commission and everything, the charges. So my question there is, sometimes when I initiate a buy, let's say 3 naira, and they quoted me at the rate of that 3 naira, does it mean that they did not collect commission or what?
Okay, depends on the platform you are on. Your contract note will state it, or of course, at the buying point, you won't see all those things. It is when you come to your portfolio valuation summary, you will now see, that's why they call it average cost. They don't call it share price. If you have ever analyzed your portfolio valuation, you will see quantity held, average unit cost. So that's where they wrote average unit cost is where you will see the difference between the amount, the exact stock price versus the average unit cost. It's always including the commissions at per share basis. So that way you now know exactly when you are breaking even. You will hear a word, break even, BEP, break even price. If the stock is at break even price, it means from there you are neither gaining or losing, neutral. Any 1 kobo on top of break even price becomes a profit. So it's an accurate way to analyze your portfolio performance.
Okay, because this is getting me worried. I remember sometime the same thing happened to me. I initiated a buy, let's say, at the 3 naira, but when they actually sold the stock to me, I realized that the amount displayed was higher than what I quoted for. So now somebody asks such question and you explain, I'm trying to reason into how this thing come about, because sometimes it happens.
But it's not.
Like now, I'm looking to buy jams at the rate of 3 naira 10 kobo. So when 3 naira 20 kobo I bought earlier So when they sold the stock, it was actually what I asked for. So, and then when they show you how much you are, now they send the receipt, I see the commission, everything. So, but when the price that you ask for changes, so that's where I get confused.
Sometimes the question is, did you buy at market price or did you put limit order and then imputed your price particularly?
Honestly, I don't actually buy at market price, always buy below the market price.
That means there is something to correct somewhere in that particular transaction. We have had that kind of discussion here before, and Atlas explained that it could have been a glitch from CSCS end or something like that. So such are rare cases that can actually be sorted out.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Onome Kokori. After Onome calls in, we will be having AJ. And after AJ, we will have David. Onome, are you ready? Keep your environment quiet. Let's see how we have a good conversation. Coach, what stock do you talk about? If you invest 10 million by December, dividend will be paid 450,000. We have very, very smart ears here. I didn't say 450,000 though. I said 440,000 equivalent. It should be more than that though. I was talking about NIDF. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from. Everything is fine, thank you, Onome.
My name is like you said, my name is Onome. I'm streaming from Wale to New Jersey.
You're streaming from where, sir?
Wale in New Jersey.
New Jersey, the United States. It's good to hear from you, Onome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was drawn to this program, I think a few days ago. I just requested to follow and all that. So I was actually, my ears got tingling when I heard this 10 million to invest. So I've not started investing in shares and all that. So just look at me like a beginner. You understand? So I want to learn more. Just try that 10 million that I think it's quarterly, you said $440,000 as dividends. So I just needed to educate.
I wish it was $440,000, bro.
Did I say $440,000 now?
Absolutely. You are in New Jersey, so no fault of yours. Oh my God. Okay. Well, that's it. Some stocks are called dividend kings or dividend cash cows. I refer to them. They are suitable for people planning retirement. And for now, stock price doesn't really move as far as that stock is concerned. It doesn't mean there's any ceiling or cap that the stock price should remain so. The fact is, there is a stock like that called NIDF, special stock, because it's called Nigeria Infrastructure Debt Fund. It's not a government instrument or anything. It's actually a fund, just like a mutual fund that invests in infrastructure. And then they make money from the infrastructure they have invested in. They have hostel buildings, that's university hostel buildings in some schools. You know how rental income can flow from there. They have telecom masts that they invested in, generating money for them. They have even, I think, solar infrastructure in some locations. So they invest in infrastructure, including power. They invest in infrastructure, make money from those infrastructures, distribute to shareholders. So that fund is quoted on the stock exchange, managed by Chapel Hill Denham, one of the most prominent investment houses in Nigeria. So that's what it is. They actually got listed about 3 years ago, and started by paying dividends of 3 naira plus. I remember the first set of dividend was 3 naira plus. Then, so they are also growing the dividend as well. From 3 naira, it got to 4 naira 50 kobo. The last dividend that was paid was 5 naira plus. So if you hold such a stock, dividend growth is possible. Plus, if bond rates continue to drop in Nigeria, institutional funds will leave the money market and come into the stock market. And if I were a pension fund administrator, because those are the people who have most of the investable funds, I would recommend NIDF because it gives them that kind of guaranteed cash flow and peace in terms of price stability that the money market gives in bonds and treasury bills. So this is us doing it individually for ourselves, that in our portfolio there should be one stock that gives us that frequency of cash flow with peace of mind. That's why we are positioned in NIDF, and anybody can. So 10 million naira will fetch you about 88,000 shares of NIDF at today's price of 113 naira per share. And when you multiply 88,000 by 5 naira plus per share, you get from 440,000 and upwards every quarter.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if
I just want to ask you, I would believe you're a stockbroker because I can't remember. I used to have a stockbroker back then, but I sold all my shares.
I'm not a stockbroker, I'm a wealth coach.
Okay, you're a wealth coach. Sure. Because I'm not in Nigeria right now, so I don't know. How would you advise me to go about if I want to do this investment?
Very simple. I'll just give you a link to open a stock brokerage account if you want, or if you have a preferred stockbroker you are happy with. You know, you need real-time access so you can connect from anywhere around the world. No longer all these things that we started with, manual and the analog way of doing things. You need a stock brokerage firm that can give you real-time access to the stock exchange. You buy and sell from the comfort of your phones or your systems. So I can send you a link, but I struggle with TikTok DMs. If you send me a link on a DM on Instagram, fine. I'm most likely going to respond, especially now that it's a weekend.
Okay, so you have the same account on Instagram?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send it to you in a bit.
All right. Thank you very much.
Have a good day, sir. Thank you so
You
much.
too, sir. All right. You know, this is the beauty of what we do here. A lot of people are really unaware that there are legitimate means of making money in Nigeria. We have our problems and challenges as a people, especially by those who govern us. But there are still systems that work that will make you much more money than if you invested that money abroad. A lot of the safe investments, talking about interest yielding savings accounts, bonds, and treasury bills over up there abroad, it's about 3% per annum. But you see this is NIDF will fetch you. Let me be sure of the annual returns for NIDF in terms of dividend yield, right? It will amaze you to know that NIDF will be giving you 14% without struggle. And if I sit down to really calculate actually how much, it's more than 14. I'm saying it's about 16. I will sit down and calculate that separately. And let me give you the dividend history of NIDF. In the last, since January, of course, they paid they paid 3 in January, but in the last sets of dividends paid, January 2024, they paid 3 naira 95 kobo. You see, April 2024, it moved to 4 naira 23 kobo. July 2024, 4 naira 27 kobo. October 2024, 5 naira 9 kobo. So that October, 2024 October, the payment date was 28 October. Now, next month is October. They are going to pay another third quarter dividend. Maybe it could also be towards the end of October, but you can see the consistency. Every January, right? January, April, July, October, 4 times every year you'll be receiving dividend. So they paid October 5 naira 9 kobo. Then in February 2025, this year, they paid 5 naira 50 kobo. April 2025, they paid 5 naira 43 kobo. They also paid in July, and they are going to pay in October. Clean, no fighting, no quarreling. That's the system that works. So when the political scene is looking messy, at least the investment and business scene is not as messy, because there is some level of control and structure. David, let's talk. You are our next caller. GK Matic Man says it's 18%. I knew that what I'm seeing is an old valuation. Can't be 14%. 18%, right? Look at that. And then as the dividend continues to grow, it means I thought this caller was ready. Maybe it's an error. As the dividend continues to grow, remember, dividend yield is dynamic, price determined, and the dividend itself also determines what the dividend yield is. So as the dividend continues to increase, that's how the yield for you will be increasing. So if at this price it's 18% based on 5 naira something, when dividend grows to 6 naira, your yield will be pursuing 19 plus. That's the way it works. So the higher the dividend goes, the higher the yield. All right? Okay, AJ is our next caller. All right, we also have Benita in the house. I'll bring you in. We have just 6 minutes to go. How can we do this very fast now? Is AJ there? Hello, AJ. We lost AJ, so let's hear from Ajiboye. After Ajiboye, we'll be speaking to Joshua. Ajiboye Oyebisitem. Ajiboye, are you there? Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Right? Can you? Yes, please. Could you speak directly into the mouthpiece of your phone? Are you there? Willie Nudge says, is NASCON still a buy today? Absolutely. It is. Hello? Okay. Looks like we can't hear. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yeah, my name is Temitope, and I am calling from Newport in Wales.
Temitope from Wales, thank you very much for joining. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do not have any question. appreciate all that you have been doing because I actually know nothing when it comes to investment. But since I came across your page, I started following immediately. And yes, every day I make sure to join.
Wow.
Every day I try to add to my portfolio. And
Awesome.
I'm very sure very soon I will come back to this platform and I will testify.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so very much, Temitokwe. We are really glad that you are making things happen for yourself. And surely we'll be here to hear of your testimonial. Thank you very much. 4 minutes before we are done, Dr. Tu, because we lost the other person. Okay. Between Champion Breweries and CWG, which is a better buy? Both of them have run very high, especially Champion Breweries has really run. I don't know if there's any upside. And the brewery sector, most of them are also going to be recapitalizing, looking for fresh funds to raise capital and pay up debts and try to reestablish the businesses after what they suffered last year. I would go all the way with CWG instead. Efe Ekakitie says, please, coach, is UPDC REIT a good one to buy? Absolutely. In fact, UPDC REIT is one of my million challenge stock. I'm just quietly looking to patiently find a way to accumulate that. I'll explain further later. Okay? For long term or short term, Joshua, which one are you asking about right now? Olaudere says, Coach, thanks for everything. Thank you very much. My pleasure, of course. Let's see. Good afternoon, Coach. Please, Tantalizers is a good stock to buy. We are still waiting to see reasons to buy Tantalizers. They may have a bright future following the new investors who have taken position in the stock and trying to drive the business. But we're waiting for the numbers that can't lie. You know, numbers don't lie in this business. Coach, what do you have to say about the Sterling Bank public offer? Baba Gift, I have nothing to say. According to Jose Mourinho, I have nothing to say. They need to raise capital and so on and so forth, but that will also eventually lead to the dilution of existing shares. And I can't tell now whether or not they can be able to continue to pay enough dividend that they were paying before the dilution that is about to happen. In any case, with time, they will do better and recover. Whether we have that time or not is another story. You know, the money they are raising for recapitalization is also going to be used to expand the business. So when you see a company trying to do rights issue, public offer, it's basically to expand the business beyond just trying to meet up for the banks, CBN recapitalization mandate. So they will have enough money to grow the business and then maybe improve earnings, but that will now take some time for it to mature. Just like you're pulling out money from your investment portfolio to go and start a business. You don't start making profit immediately, right? It will take a while before you set up the business, sell to the market, and then revenue starts coming in, and then you find a way to know whether you are making profit or not. That's just what's going to be happening. Lily Kuchi says, you are the best, coach. Thank you very much, Lily. Which stock is good for short term? These are dangerous times to ask for short-term stocks because stocks will eventually start trading sideways and you want to stay safe. Coach, please, is QTix offering any bonus shares and what's the qualification date? Empero Moprito. QTix is not offering bonus considering the fact they did bonus last year of 1-for-1. For every one QTix you had, they would have given you one last year. But that's